everybody, and welcome to the 1224 podcast. I'm Kate.
I'm Shay.
And we're here to talk
and I'm
to you.
Donkey Kong.
Oh my god.
Thanks, Donkey Kong.
I feel left out now.
No, wait, don't feel left out. You're part of this too. Yeah, don't worry.
Continue with your intro.
Donkey Kong, I'm so sorry.
You want to see the intro, Donkey Kong?
No.
Oh, okay.
I don't feel like it. I gotta go eat a banana or something.
Okay. Just wanted to give you the opportunity. We're here to talk to you about everything animation. I have a question.
Yeah.
Picture this. We're con artists.
That's not a question.
And you know what? Just let me. You're right. You're right, actually. So, just picture this: we're con artists, and we're in a group, and we're doing a heist. Who would do what?
I wouldn't be the greatest actor, so I'd be the getaway or something. I don't know. Just person inside the car.
Got you.
Just waiting.
Got you.
You know, I would just be the person who's dealing with everything in the background because I don't want to do anything.
Yeah, Kaylin, you're the actor.
Guess I am.
You gotta be the one to con them. I'll write the script for you, though.
Thank you, Chaz. I appreciate that.
But if she's a great actress, would you say she's also a great pretender?
Whoa!
Oh my God.
Oh my gosh, and that's what we're talking about today? But yes, I would.
This is probably the best anime to come out of Netflix. I'm not gonna lie.
Yes. Oh my gosh. I think it's one of my favorite animes, like, of all time. This is really bold, but, like, yeah. Like,
That is bold.
I don't know. It's just, I guess, like, it's been a while since I've, like, gotten back into anime, but this show is one of them that is like, yeah, you know what? I'll give anime one more try, you know? I'll give it a chance. I really love Great Pretender. I just rewatched it recently, literally just a few hours ago, and I am just so amazed by how great this anime is in so many different aspects.
Have you ever seen Cowboy Bebop?
Mwah.
No,
Yes.
but like I know of it.
I've watched a few episodes with you.
I know, and you I think you fell asleep during one of them, but that's fine.
I was
okay.
tired that night. I'm so sorry. Like, I could never do that. Like, it's still good. I swear, Chad.
No, it's fine.
I need to finish it. I'll do it for you. I'll make it up to you. I swear.
All right, it's on Hulu. Cowboy. This gives off so much Cowboy Bebop vibes with the jazz intro, the quick script when everyone's talking really fast and like on point. The humor, the action is good. It's big Cowboy Bebop vibes.
Yeah, I can definitely see that.
All right, now I'll explain. Let's explain why.
So, Great Pretender is a Netflix anime, which is about this guy named Makoto, and basically, he's like a little scammer. He's like a baby scammer, and then one day he gets involved with this one group. Like, basically they do big time scams, so like of rich people from companies and things. Basically the whole show's just chronicling their different cases. So yeah, there are 4 cases and 2 seasons. So the first season is 3 separate cases, each kind of focusing on a different character. Then the second season is just one big case, which we'll talk about the second season because I have thoughts.
I think the second season's amazing.
Yeah. No,
There's a lot of people who are disappointed in it.
Really?
I was like, what? Yeah,
Oh,
I've seen reviews. I was like, what? And they're like, I wish there was more cases in it.
This was like, one whole big case. Huh?
I understand, because, like, it can be a lot, but, like, I think the way that they did it works.
Yeah.
Because, like, I don't know, like, it...
I totally agree.
I like how they spaced it out, and then also, like, with everything that's going on in that season 2, I'm glad it was just, like, one case, and not, like, a million.
Right. I think it makes sense for such a big case, especially this is, like, really exploring a lot about, like, not like everybody's past, I mean, but more so about Lawrence's mysterious past, since he's kind of like the alpha of the group. But also just definitely towards Makoto's past too with his father. I think it really made sense for it to be just one whole case, which I really liked and didn't mind, but I'm really surprised at the amount of like reviews about it.
Yeah. To be real honest, my favorite case was probably the big case of season 2. Everyone's like, there should have been, it should have been a longer case after that too. Everything was carefully placed, and then the case just kept rising and rising and rising, and you didn't know what they were planning. They were just doing it. They were just doing what the situation was. Mostly it was Edamura doing what he wanted to, or edamame, whatever anyone wants to call him. Like, he was going crazy when the kids were like in that thing, and they were like, bruh, you gotta get out. He was like, I can't leave these kids. And then he went in, and I was like, oh my gosh, I know exactly what's about to happen.
Right.
It just kept getting bigger and bigger.
Mm-hmm.
At first you're like, they're just gonna scam this businesswoman. There's like this Chinese business that pulled up, and then there's like more people to scam.
And his father?
And I was like, and his father pulled up. I was like, oh, whoa.
Yeah. I think my favorite case would have to be Snow in London. Just because of how really well it was done, especially just like in 4 episodes. I don't know, and I also really like Cynthia. She's one of my favorites. I don't know, she's just a baddie, and I love her. And seeing just like her own past about like having a lover who used to be like a painter, and like the whole situation about the guy that they're trying to con is a total like asshole and very misogynistic. And I mean, that goes for every person that they're trying to con. In every case, they're always usually just the bad guys, and that which justifies why they're conning them in such a intense and high stakes level. But yeah, I really love Snow in London, and I can probably like talk further as we maybe try to explain each case without like going overboard. Maybe. Do you have a favorite case, Shay?
I was gonna I think my favorite was also Snow in London. Which surprised me because I don't know, this show surprises me. Let's just go case by case because I feel like we're already so disjointed in 10 minutes.
Yeah. Let's do that.
Okay, so the first case is the LA connection, or the Los Angeles connection. It's when they're scamming this. Is he in the mafia? No, he's a director.
Yes.
He's a director who deals drugs.
Yep.
And they're trying to get him to buy this like fake ass drug, and it's sort of like a miracle drug, because when they show it off and give it to what's her name? Oh my gosh, how could I forget
Abby?
her name?
Abigail?
Abby.
You forgot about Abby?
I always forget
Chaz.
names in these. Yes.
You forgot about the legend herself.
I know.
The queen.
Someone should come and beat me up. But when
Okay,
Abby
she should karate kid it. Yeah.
When Abby took the drug and she went crazy, it made me believe that the drug was real. I was like, whoa, what is she doing? Yeah, and and then afterwards she was like, I was just acting. And then she did the face to Edamura. I was like, ooh. But the LA connection starts out with like a candy, and then it gets a little bit bigger. Like each case, there's like something that happens that makes the case a little bit bigger, and they have to start making real drugs because the director boss guy is like, oh, I want to see you make it. And he was like, oh boy, how am I gonna do that? Yeah, that part got me real scared. I thought they were gonna find him, but then he was like, the blonde dude. I'm sorry if I forget names.
It's Laurent, yeah.
Laurent says, he pulls up and he's like, all right, You're just gonna watch this video and learn how to make it. I know a guy. And he's just chilling, learning how to make it. And then they do it, and it turns into a... What's the word for it? When a whole bunch of police comes in.
A sting or like an ambush.
Yeah, an ambush. And they pull up, and then he's like, oh, shoot. And then they shoot everyone. I was like, damn, Laurent Abbey's dead!
They're all gone.
And then they're like, nah, I was acting. Because they had someone inside of the police.
Wasn't Cynthia?
And I was like, that's crazy. It
Yeah,
was
it was
Cynthia.
Cynthia.
Gotcha.
I thought Cynthia was a policewoman for that whole entire case. I was
She's
like,
that
oh, they're going to have
good.
to deal with her. I was like, at first I was like, oh, they're going to have to deal with Cynthia probably the entire show. That's probably what it is. But no,
Nope.
Cynthia's like, hey, I got your back. Let me just get most of the money because I had to save y'all ass. I was like, good.
The thing with LA Connection, okay, the thing that always stuck out with me, because I don't remember anything. Everyone knows I don't remember anything unless I take notes. And so, the one thing I remember the most is like the bodyguard, that whole thing with the
Oh, with
bodyguard
his
and his
son?
kid. Yes, because I
Yeah.
started crying and I was like, he just wants to be happy.
Yeah, that was a great part about it. That humanized Edamora and built on his character.
Oh, nice. So that's like when we really like kind of know about what happens with his father, which was really cool. Well, not okay. At that point in the show, it wasn't cool what his father did, but like the fact that they're planting these little seeds for like,
Yeah,
the final case.
the whole build up is for the final case and his father. I was like, whoa. All right, you guys want to talk about the next case after LA Connection?
Yes.
Yeah.
Singapore Sky. I'm gonna tell you guys right now. I think this is my favorite case.
Ooh.
Singapore
Okay.
Sky is my favorite case for one reason. It's Abby.
Yeah.
This is
Facts.
Abby's case. And she pulls it off. Like, at first, she makes a little mistake when she has, like, flashbacks and stuff. But then she pulls it off, and I was so scared for her. I thought she was gonna die.
Right.
Like, oh my god. And then the main guy they were scamming's brother was always hitting on her. I was like, ew!
Yeah. It was weird. Like, I mean, so basically the people that were trying to con was the Ibrahim brothers. One of them is named Sam, who basically runs, like, the whole, like, what's the sport called? Is it, like, flying?
It's
planes?
let's
Plane
just call
racing?
it flying. Plane
I
racing,
thought I was gonna say like drag racing, but I know that's cars.
Yeah.
That's called.
I'm gonna say plane racing, I guess. And so he makes sure that his brother, I forgot his name, who's the pilot, he makes sure that he wins all the time in each race. And that's
Yeah, he rigs it every time.
exactly, and he wins every time. And so, you know, Sam isn't a good guy either. He's also sexist. He's also just like a complete ass, especially towards like Cynthia, when Cynthia was trying to like be all nice, but all he does was like just be so rude and stuff. And so like what happens is, yeah, they're basically trying to like scam him, but then they also bring in like an old pilot that used to compete against him and used to like, you know, stick with the script until he got like really tired of it. And even if he tried, his name is Lewis, who was trying to compete against the Ibrahim brothers. And so, like, you know, even if he tried to, he was still sabotaged and got into a really bad accident. And Lewis is also linked to Abby's past.
I think Sam's brother's name is Clark. Did you?
Clark! Oh my gosh.
Singapore Sky. There's a lot to talk about Singapore Sky. There was when Edamora was tricked into becoming a literal engineer from the beginning of Singapore Sky.
Right.
He's always getting tricked into these. He's always getting tricked
Cons.
to learn a new trick. Yeah.
Oh no, because he's always like, I don't want to scam anymore. I'm not gonna be scammed. And then just like you know how this happens, sir. Like,
The funniest part was when he was pulled in the old dude who was teaching him was like, "Yeah, you're not that good. I was just hyping you up so that you think you're that good. Go ahead, do the scam." And he was like, "Damn, I really got tricked into this again." And when they finally had to, I forget when they finally had to like rig the planes. Did he
Right.
actually rig the plane, or did Abby really win?
So what happened was Lewis got to fly Abby's plane instead of Abby.
Yeah. So and
Yeah.
Lewis actually won.
No,
Yeah,
he
without
didn't.
any rigs.
Clark
Oh
won.
no, he didn't win.
And they tricked Sam into thinking that that Abby won in the little what's it called? It's not a
Theater
bar.
Oh, like
It's
The secret hideout when you're like bidding.
the bidding room.
The bidding room, yeah. Because they tricked the windows with the fireworks, and then they edited the screen to make it seem like Abby won.
Yeah, they did like the glass that like changed the colors
Yeah.
of everything. And so when he saw it, it was like the opposite colors.
Yep.
And I thought that was really smart. But it really got me too because I was like, "Oh, he won." Lewis
I was so
won.
confused.
At first, I was confused, and then when they explained it, I'm remembering the explanation now, and I was like, And you know who's always in it in the explanation? You know who's always in it? Like, he's been there since day one, and we just, like, haven't... I feel like we don't even give him enough attention. The little old guy, his name is, like, Kudo or something?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. It's him and like the older lady. They're always there.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
I love them. They're so
I think her
goated.
name is Kim.
They're not just minor characters, but they definitely like help with the case in terms of like being in the scene and acting for whatever they need them for.
And they're not playing minor roles either. They're, like, big help. Like, if
Right.
they weren't there, the case would just not work.
Exactly.
But they are low key to you as the viewer because they're like, because it's not as important to you as the viewer as it is to the person that they're conning, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no. Everyone is a part of the process. And I think they really deserve the appreciation.
Yeah, give them their flowers.
Give them the flowers right now.
There was that part where the dude, I think he tried to kill Abigail.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. By the
Yeah.
end.
Like with the window and like.
Or was
think it
Abigail
was
trying
that.
to kill him? Yeah, and Abigail was trying to kill Lewis. Because
Yeah.
he was the same soldier dude that they put her, that she saw when she was like fighting in that war. She was forced to fight in that war.
You know, Singapore Skies is the one I don't remember anything from, which is why I've been silent.
You're fine. I literally just watched it recently, so that's why I like know.
Oh,
Yeah.
I feel like I should have liked it more than, because I remember when I was watching it, I was like, oh, this is fun. But like, I kept feeling like I should like this more because it's about like racing and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Because like I really like racing media. I don't like watching like the actual like real life stuff. I like when the story's kind of based around it. So I was like surprised that like I wasn't as engaged. But maybe it's because I usually watch car stuff too.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Should we go on to Snow of London?
My favorite
Yes.
case, yes.
Look, Snow of London, stupidest thing that happened, to be honest. But I love it.
It was so wild.
Like
I'm in love.
all of this for a painting, like, and for the painting not to even like, it wasn't even like the real one in the end, right? It was like the
No.
fake one.
Yeah.
It-
but Makoto made a really good explanation about what it means to have artist integrity, and I think they really explored that throughout that whole case.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me explain why this is my favorite case. Snow in London. It starts off with Makoto working at a sushi shop. Because, he obviously still wants to try to be a good person, but we know that that's not the case. But
Case.
case, but And so after his no, actually during his job in a sushi restaurant, we are introduced to James Coleman, a huge artist critic and just a critic over every single little thing. And again, total asshole. And so after Edamura's shift, he goes to this little nice, cute little French restaurant with the rest of the crew, and he sees this painting, and he's like, this is a really nice painting. You know what? I'm going to scam James Coleman with this painting for 20 grand. And I'm going to do this without Laurent. Just because I think I know the shit. And so he does this little case with Abby and Cynthia, and he gets James and he gets James Coleman to buy it for 20,000 grand. The next day, the news comes in, and you see James Coleman talking about the painting he just bought, and he was like, why was this painting sold for 20 grand when this is Snow of London, the best painting out there? It should have been sold for millions more. And that basically makes Edamura be like, damn, I fucked up. And Laurent, you see Laurent in the background just laughing, literally. Not literally, but you know.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, they're now, so then they obviously try to get it back. But between that, you see a lot of background story with Cynthia and her past with Thomas, who was a painter, and they were in love, and Thomas would literally do anything for her, and it's really cute. They have this theme, this song that literally plays in the episode, and then the episode after that, and then the episode after that. And it's really sweet. But the point with Thomas is that he's a counterfeit artist just to make money. So what he does, he just recreates famous paintings. And obviously, it's as a starving artist, it still doesn't make a lot of money until James Coleman discovers him.
He wasn't at first he wasn't like, he was only doing it for fun at first.
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, you want to buy it, it's like $10. And then he had his own personal art for sale too. And then Coleman looked at the art piece that he did that was like a copy of a different one, and he was like, whoa, I can barely tell the difference. And if I can't tell the difference, no one's gonna tell the difference. So he's like, all right, I'll hire you. And he's making a whole bunch of money because of Coleman.
How do you guys feel about, like, I don't know, because, like, I've been thinking about this as you guys are explaining the case. Like, with artist integrity, like, with copying classic paintings more so, like, is it really... Like, do you guys think it's worth it for money? Or, like...
No.
Why?
No.
I think that was the question at hand in this case.
Yeah, no, I just want to know you guys' thoughts on it. Because, like...
Because at the end, Edamura kept the fake painting. And he was like, I think this one looks way better because it was... It has, like, this... I don't know how to explain it, but it's not worth a lot, but it's still... It wasn't Edamura who said it, it was the girl in the restaurant.
No, it was Edamura who explained why.
It was Edamura?
Yeah, he would...
Oh, the girl in the restaurant was the one who told the difference.
Yeah.
She was the one who was like, this painting doesn't look right.
Right. So with that question at hand, it was definitely... In my opinion, I feel like it depends, because when Edamura explained why he kept the fake painting on purpose was because Thomas put his heart and soul into that painting, and it was all for Cynthia. Because he wanted to. Right, exactly. He watched him, and he saw how dedicated he was to making amends with Cynthia, since that's what ended their relationship. The fact that Cynthia didn't want him to work with James just because, just because he's making money, that doesn't show how much dedication and integrity that you have versus, why don't you just quit this job and we'll just eat canned beans for the rest of our lives? And you do what you're passionate about. And seeing these two characters come back, as totally different people, but at the same time you can tell that they're just the same people as they were before, is really interesting. And I think with that question that Shayla just asked, I think it's more so like it depends on how much I guess passion that you put into that craft.
Yeah, that makes sense. He was watching as that man was putting his blood, sweat, and tears into that painting. He was up all night, only eating cans of beans, which I find really poetic.
Yes.
And he was just sitting there painting it. And Adam Moore was like, damn, you put all this just for Cynthia? And he took it and he was like, isn't this amazing? Like, this painting is amazing because of what I saw the artist go through. The other one, yeah, it's expensive, but I don't know what the artist went through for that one. He just painted it.
Facts. I think this case especially does a really good job in character. And that's why it's my favorite. And so, like, even within the auction, it goes so nuts because they originally wanted James Coleman to pay for the painting for $50 million, and then Cynthia's like, nope, let me go up to $100 million.
And then we sat there, we were like, what? And she scammed the shit out of that man.
Exactly.
That man lost all his money.
Right.
And when he had the painting, he had the real painting, and he went to the woman to sell it to her again because he needed the money, she was like, oh, no.
Oh, yeah.
Can't do that with you anymore. You forgot about her, didn't you?
Farah, yes.
She was absolutely... She thought this man loved her. She was like, oh my gosh, he's in love with me because we both love painting. He wasn't in love... He was only in love with the money. And her butler made her realize that. And she was like, oh... I gotta cut him off. He's not good for me. So she donated all the paintings to an art museum.
Yes.
And she cut him off. And I was like, amazing.
As she should. I'm so glad, because at first I was like, yeah, I don't like that you're doing this with James. But then at the end, I saw the whole the art museum, and I was like, oh, good for her. Good for her.
She's independent.
As she should.
She's chilling.
Just the satisfaction in each case is so nice. Like, in each case, it gets even more and more intense, and then the ending is just as satisfying.
Should we talk about the next case now?
I mean, we're gonna have to.
Yes. Let's do it.
Wizard of the Far East. Wizard of the Far East. Oh my gosh. Wizard of the Far East.
Yeah.
Fat case introduces Dorothy, who's very important.
Mm-hmm.
The only reason that I remember Dorothy is because of like the Wizard of Oz thing, where I was like, Adam Moore's dad is like the wizard because he can always plan these crazy things. And then what do they call? They call
him Oz.
Oz.
They call him Oz, yeah.
Wizard of the Far East. So that's the one I've watched recently. So I'm gonna be talking a lot now. Watch out,
Yay.
everyone.
Yay.
Yeah.
I'm tired of talking a lot. Go.
Talk about Wizard of the Far East, Shay.
So Wizard of the Far East, this is what the whole show's been building up towards. Like literally. Like to the point where it was like, even like you guys were recapping the episodes, 'cause I haven't seen them in like months. I was like, wait, I'm like, they really led this all up to this huge, like, 9-episode season.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, again, Adam Moore, he's like, I'm not a scammer anymore. I'm different now. And then, gets roped in again because he's stupid.
Of course.
At first, I thought he wasn't gonna get roped in because I was sitting there like, are they gonna do it again?
They're not going
Are they
to.
really gonna do it again? I sat there and he's like, he's chilling, he's vibing, and then boom,
He's back.
back to where he is.
Yeah, and so, like, literally first episode, they're like, okay, so you need to go undercover at, like, like this child trafficking thing. And he's like, I don't know, because, like, my dad did child trafficking, and, like, I'm not very comfortable with that. They're like, well, too bad. Go.
Oof.
And basically, this season kind of, so every season is about Edamure, of course, because, like, he's, like, the big main character. He's, like, the stand-in for the audience. But this is, like, Laurent's season in terms of, like, finding out more about his past, which, when I texted Kate while watching, I cried, because let's FaceTime her after, and I cried. So,
yeah, she was
it's
legit
a lot.
crying.
Yeah, it was. But yeah, basically he's like undercover at this child trafficking thing, which later, like, it's also kind of involved with like this, like mafia type thing, and so yeah, that's like the basic gist, I guess. I don't know, but
We have to break this into sections because Wizard of Far East is huge.
because you have the child trafficking thing,
Right.
then you have like just the general like mafia thing going on. Then Edamure's like daddy issues, and then Laurent's whole thing, which sometimes I don't want to look at. Emotions is what I'm saying.
His emotion.
His feelings, his lover.
Let me start by talking about the whole what is it called? The whole background of the situation. All right. So this is, I think, the reason why Edamura was a big deal in this one and with his father is because this con takes place in Japan. But like Edamura is like, he's like back at home. He's like, whenever in between this the case, he's like at his apartment where it all started, and I'm like, this is about to get real iffy because since it's just because at first I didn't notice it was a big case because me and Caleb just pressed play. We were like,
Yep.
season two, and then we kept going, and we're like, whoa, case 4-6. Whoa, this is a big case. And I said, how many episodes are there?
Oh.
And we looked, and we were like,
Oh.
this is a whole big case.
Oh, you guys went like blind.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just pressed
knew, like,
play.
the
We saw
amount-
season 2.
Like, I knew the amount of episodes because I happened to go on TV trips after watching the first season. And so, because the episodes are already released in Japan, so they said, like, season 2 is 9 episodes and one big case. And I was like, okay. So I was, like, prepared for the amount of stuff I had to watch.
I was
Completely
not.
blind.
Yeah, we went blind until the middle of it.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
When I said, like, a few minutes ago, like, everything was leading up to this, it's, like, literally, because, okay, auctioning the paintings, right?
Mm-hmm.
That man was auctioning off those children. Then, like, the mechanic guy comes back. I don't remember what, like, it's been a while, so, like, I'm piecing together.
I forgot
things.
what he comes back for, though. I forget when he comes
Yeah,
back.
same here. I'm
I
trying
think-
to think about that.
I think it's just, it's because they were contracting, so basically, later on in the season when they're focusing more on the mafia stuff, they had, like, this elaborate plan to scam both parties, so they built a whole, like, fake
yeah.
tower in a
Yeah.
fake
They built the
office
fake tower
on
at
that-
the end.
on a deserted island, and basically they contracted the guy from the second case,
They contacted everybody from each case.
yeah,
Hey,
like,
they got
it was
everyone.
it was a whole thing, like, on the boat, because they got, like, all the evil villains,
Yeah.
like, evil, in terms of just, like, I guess, narrative purposes, but, they got all of them, and they're all, like, chilling on the boat. They're like, yeah, we'll help. They got, both, Ibrahim, brothers to help out. Like, seeing everyone come back together, I think, made it such, like, a satisfying season 2, and also, like, a
Right.
satisfying conclusion to the whole show. Yeah, like, so they built, like, a fake tower, which I screamed when I found out. I screamed.
Me too.
Because I'm like, you can't, like, how? how, right? And there's so much I'm talking about. I'm sorry if I'm very disjointed at the
No, it's
moment,
fine. No, it's
Yeah,
fine.
you're good.
but
There's a lot.
yeah, but also like in conjunction like with that, like again the season like the whole series is building up to like with Edamura's like whole mommy and daddy issues thing, because like so his dad comes back and he's like, well, you did child trafficking, I hate you. And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, I hope this man like I'm like, I hope this man is gone. Then he like gets shot and I'm like, cool. But then he lives and I'm like, well,
But he gets his redemption arc.
yeah. I'm usually a person who doesn't, okay, you have to really convince me that a character deserves a redemption arc, because I'm kind of sick of redemption arcs.
Yeah.
I feel like it wasn't a redemption arc. It was just a misunderstanding on Mikado's part. And I was sitting there like, oh, so that's what happened. And I sat there. I was like, oh, because his dad was originally part of the group.
Right. He was a part
Hmm.
of the whole con group, and that's why Edamura got dragged in. This man had con artist blood in his veins this whole time.
Like I'm sitting there and I'm so sorry if I keep like being speechless, but like it's the way that it works so well
Yeah.
too, because like I think if they were just like the father like did child trafficking but he wasn't like really involved, he's trying to be a better person, it wouldn't have worked as well. Because again, I'm sick of redemption arcs. I'm sick of them. I because like again, not everyone deserves a redemption arc, and like not everything needs a redemption arc. So I'm glad it was more of a misunderstanding situation, if anything. But
And when I found out his mom knew,
yeah, okay,
Oh my god, I completely forgot about that.
no, because like the fact that the mom wouldn't even tell him to, I'm just like, she really like set this man up.
That's so crazy. It makes sense as to why she's like, yeah, your dad's a good person. He'll come back soon. And then Edmure is like, no. No, he won't. Huh?
he's not coming
Yeah,
back. What are you
like
talking about? He trafficked children.
Right.
he's like, mom, he's a bad person, please.
Exactly. Like, I was on Edamura's side for like the most part. Especially when his dad came back and then betrayed his ass again. But then he came through at the end and I was like, okay, you know what? He's back in the family. Just
Let's be real honest. Oz was the biggest con artist out of all of them.
damn.
He conned the audience the entire 2 seasons.
He conned me.
He conned me. He conned you. I'm pointing at the audience. I'm pointing at the people listening to this You. He conned you.
You.
The thing is, with Edinburgh is like mommy issues too. Like, because like his whole like with the mafia like woman, his whole thing, he was like, oh, like she's like a mom to me, and I sat there, because he gave her like the little capsule things that he collects too.
Mm-hmm.
That's another thing I want to talk about. But like, I don't know. Adam Murrah fooled the audience because throughout the whole series, they keep telling him he's a bad actor. Like he sucks at acting, and also just like the amount of times in the show too that everyone would mention like how to play dead. This season, okay, this is the season where like if you forgot that everyone knows how to play dead, or like if you remind yourself that everyone knows how to play dead, you're convinced that they're actually dead. Because
Me.
like, wait, where's my notes? Because I wrote notes for every episode, and like I know for one, like when Abby and Cynthia are on the boat, I know I start screaming.
I'm always questioning, are they dead or not? Like,
I sat there. No, when I was watching it with Caitlin, I sat there. I was like, she is not dead. I sat there.
yeah, I
Like,
remember that.
they got picked up from below.
I always get so
Oh yeah,
confused.
no, because I literally wrote like I know they did not shoot them, and then I'm like he did not shoot the dad, he did. And then and then later I'm like, wait, if the dad's alive, that means I'm like, I know that Cynthia and Abby are alive. And then like late like by episode 6, I'm like, I don't know if they're alive.
Me?
I think they're dead.
They're probably dead.
every time when they clean up shop and like they show what they did and what happened, I always laugh because I'm like, this is hilarious.
It's hilarious.
At the end when they're in the fake building and everyone's just shooting in the air and they're screaming and going crazy and they're laughing.
Nuts.
And
I
they're
love
going
that
crazy.
part. Abby isn't even shooting. She's just like hitting the gun on the floor.
Yeah, like it's
Yeah, she's just going
like a hammer.
That was
It's
she was going
hilarious.
crazy.
Right.
yeah.
I just want to rewatch that scene actually.
I want to rewatch that
Yeah,
whole
that
case. Oh my gosh. It's a ride. Can we talk about the elephant in the room?
Miss Dorothy, yes we can.
Yes, we can.
Dorothy is a great is great what's the word?
Great Pretender?
No.
Stop. Get out. This is my podcast now.
Okay.
I mean, it always has been, but now it's mine forever.
Damn.
She's great representation.
Ooh,
She's great
yeah.
representation.
Facts.
They don't exaggerate her features. They actually show that they have lighter skin on the palms.
Yeah. I always, like, with lighter, like, palms, right? Because, I guess for those who don't know what we're talking about, so, like, the more melanin you have in your skin, which, you know, is present in, like, a lot of, like, you know, the people of colors, your palms are usually lighter.
Mm-hmm.
Just because, like, your palms and the soles of your feet are usually lighter. And, like, it's, like, a attention to detail that, like, even I forget to do, like, in my art. And it's such a small detail that can also just, like, it could be very caring, because, like, right now, and I'm glad, like, right now, too, like, there's a lot more, outspoken about, like, how, people are represented in cartoons, especially, like, in anime, which kind of has, like, a really bad history
Yeah.
with especially, like, portraying black people. I mean, of course, like, there's other, I'm sorry, I'm, like, looking at my hand right now, but, like,
I'm looking at my hand too, and I just realized that mine's a little lighter than my skin too, even though I'm lighter skinned.
yeah, like,
Mm-hmm.
it's like something that, like, at least for me, like, I don't feel very strongly about the palm thing as others, but, like, when I see it, I think it's very cool, because, like, also, Haikyuu, great show, by the way, you should watch it. It's also anime, it's about volleyball. Their black character also has lighter palms, too. You know, I don't know how I feel about dub versus sub. I don't like the dub for Haikyuu, so, like, but if you like the dub, that's great. Miss Dorothy, right? So, like, when they first show her, cause I kind of knew, so she's shown in the beginning, but, like, when they first, like, actually, like, show her, like, she gets stabbed, and I was crying
Yeah.
already, cause, like, I saw her character design before I even watched the season, and so it's like, ooh, she looks so cool, and I love her. Her hair's, like, white with, like, pink in the back, it's really pretty. And so I was a mess, because I'm like, not her. What did I write? Oh, I wrote bro, not Dorothy, right? And this is after when like, Laurent's mom was, like, dying, and I was like, bro, what's up with these moms dying? That's the other thing I wrote. My notes are funny. I'll release them to the public someday. But, but like, with episode 5 happened, you wanna know what I wrote?
What?
Not my Nubian queen getting stabbed. Never mind, she's fine.
Never mind.
Never mind, she's fine.
Never mind, she's okay.
No, but I remember when they introduced Abby, and she said
mean
that
Dorothy?
mantra that I mean Dorothy. Ooh,
Oh.
they're gonna get me for that one. Dorothy was introduced, and she said the same mantra that Abby said, where it was like, "We're all lone wolves. And
Don't
we all
trust
do this
anyone."
For yeah, don't trust anyone. We do this for ourselves." Laurent did not listen to her at all. He said,
I'ma slide in.
I'ma slide. And so they weren't lone wolves anymore.
He said,
I
I
feel
want
like there's, like,
marriage.
I feel like Abby and Laurent sort of mirror Mikado and Abby, sort of.
Oh, you mean Dorothy and Laurent?
Dorothy and Laurent sort of mirror. Okay, I'm gonna
Chaz.
fight myself. My brain does not work.
It's
I'm
okay.
telling you
We
that
know
right
who you're
now.
talking about.
I wasn't. I was so confused. But go
Yeah, I
ahead,
was
Chaz.
confused at one point too, but, like, it's okay.
No, it's like it's not that their relationships reflect. It's that they're like the character dynamics reflect, if you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Oh, I see what you're
Like,
saying, yeah.
Like the similarities.
Mikado and yeah, there's a lot of similarities. That's why I ship Mikado and Abby. I'm just gonna say it right now.
Because they're
That's
younger,
valid.
right?
They're younger.
Yeah.
They're both
Yeah.
younger.
They're both like the same age or something.
Got it.
Yeah. One's just been through they've both been through different traumas.
Trauma.
That they can reconcile with each other. They've done it a lot throughout the show.
But I'm sorry, Miss Dorothy. Okay, because here's what happened. So it's basically this whole like thing, this whole case. Guess what? They've done it before. This is a
Yup.
different team. Stupid idiots, dumb. It's
Dumb.
they literally do the same thing where it's like, oh, this is the princess from this place, right? And then it's like they fail. I'm sorry, I have to like go, and it was stupid because like they're like, oh yeah, she's a princess of Ethiopia, but it's because they didn't do the research, right? They were all confused, and then newspaper comes out. Oh, look, the princess of Ethiopia is getting married. Ain't that crazy? Like, like, how are you gonna be scammers, right? And not look. Just double check. Even if you're being to scam me, right? Like, if you're gonna do like a business transaction,
Amateur.
wouldn't you want to like double check what the princess looks like, right? Anyways, that's the reason why she ends up getting killed.
Right. Or so
Killed.
she gets killed. But we don't know that
Mm.
until the very end.
When she pulls up, she lost her memory, you guys. It's one of those. It's when she lost her memory,
Ooh.
guys. It's one of those.
Bro, I hate things with memory stuff. I hate it.
Wait, like, is it theorized that she loses her
No,
memory? Or is
Caitlin,
it like
we saw the
she dead
episode
ass?
together. She lost her memory.
Or was she just playing like a thing, like another role?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
No, I'm pretty sure she lost her memory.
Let us know in the comments below. What do y'all think?
Because she was with a
Yeah.
different family that were pretty chill. And the
That's
ring
interesting.
came back and she was like, oh, this is a nice ring. Because she didn't remember where it came from. I'm pretty sure that really implies that she lost her memory.
I could see that, but it could also just be her faking it. But I don't know. I might have to rewatch it and see that.
I don't think she's
I guess,
faking
like,
it.
I want to know. I don't know.
I think also with her dying too, and that's like knowing more about Laurent as like the series goes on. The fact that he's so like he was attached to the point where he started hallucinating,
Yeah.
and like I think that's what broke me the most, to be honest.
That was so crazy. Like, just after, like, he lost her.
So he did all of this, all of this for this woman because he's like, well, we didn't completely like get this done, so we got to do it again. And then he ropes
We
in the
gotta
guy's
avenge her.
He ropes in the guy's kid. Like, excuse me?
Right? Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, wow.
Laurent really was like he wasn't exactly out for revenge, but it was revenge.
Definitely.
Oh no, it's like to the point where he was almost about to kill someone, even though that was like their biggest no-no.
That's one of their rules too, yeah. But yeah, I was really excited with this reveal because I've always wanting to like wonder what the ring had. Like, what was its purpose with Laurent and why is it so special to him? And seeing that unfold, I was like, wow.
I remember they put little hints in it in the end theme where like Laurent drops it's like it's with the cats, but in the background you see a couple.
Yeah.
And I was like I feel like that's a big hint to Laurent's past. Okay, I told Caitlin, I was theorizing, I was like, that's a big hint
This
to
is
Laurent's
something.
past.
Right.
And
Oh
then
my gosh.
we finally get it.
We finally do. Oh my gosh. I love the ending theme.
Great
I know
Pretender.
Chaz and I would Great Pretender, Freddie Mercury. It's a cover.
to the original because the original was by these black people.
Yeah.
Oh, I feel like my if my father was here, he'd be so disappointed in me. Like he'll just stare at me. The drums start going. I'm like, oh man.
It's by the
Yeah.
Platters. It's by the Platters. They're a group.
Oh,
Yeah.
Chaz, did you want to talk about music for a bit?
The music.
The music. Let me talk about
Yeah,
the
let's
music.
talk about the music.
The jazz. Okay. All right. So this coincides with Cowboy Bebop, right? Because Cowboy Bebop.
Yes.
The bebop corresponded with
Bebop.
what they were. The bebop was unplanned. Jazz was always unplanned. It was out of the box. You just completely took notes from your head and you just kept playing. That's what jazz was. It was crazy, insane, boogly doogly doo. You just do whatever, right? The Great Pretender and its coincidence with jazz is that at first you have a plan with the music. You have the notes, you have everything, but then someone will do something that makes it bigger, and then the jazz gets bigger. It's like there's this correspondence for both of these shows, for Great Pretender and Cowboy Bebop, that correspond with jazz. It's like the music fits the theme of the entire show. You sit there, you watch it, you're like, oh, they're playing it by the book. And then one of the band members starts doing some shit, and then the other band members are like, oh shoot, let's follow him. Goes crazy, goes off the rails. And that's what the music is. That's the music corresponds with the show so well. And then you got the end theme, Great Pretender, cover by Freddie Mercury. I understand why they chose the cover instead of the original, because the cover is like so much more grander. Like the original is like is like a little by the book. So they had to get the Freddie Mercury cover to make it a little bit more grand.
I see. That would make sense.
Wow, what an amazing thing that Chaz just said and what Kate just said.
It was all
I
just
totally
Chaz.
did not step out of the room
Yeah.
at all.
I know, you were here the entire time.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know that I was corresponding the themes of the show with the jazz music, you know?
Jazz.
Yeah, wow. It was very insightful. I felt like I was in school all over again. Thank you for torturing me, Chaz.
No,
So nice
it wasn't
of you.
like a lesson like that. I'm the fun teacher.
Yeah.
That's what they all say.
I swear, I'm the fun teacher. There is, I can go deeper into the music, but I feel like I'll take up like an hour if I keep talking.
You're good. I kind of just want to add on to what you said about how jazz was incorporated and just how it was played. And I think that also connects to the emotion and the intensity of the case. Like, if something is done right, or like, you know, the case is going like literally off the rails for the team, you just hear like the theme of the anime, or like something similar to it, where you just hear drums and horns, and like it's insane. It makes you like really hyped. And yeah, I don't know, just jazz. I really like jazz.
Jazz is a
especially with these
top-tier
types
form of music.
It really is. Especially with these like comedy crimes like shows.
Oh no, I said I'm traumatized by jazz because that's all my dad would play. Like the same song.
I'm sorry.
Like every morning during middle school.
Oof.
And like, you know, in theory, I really like jazz. I really like the second JoJo opening. AKA it's the best opening, so everyone can fight me. But I really like that opening. I like things that are groovy. I like things that are fun. So yeah. But yeah, I like the soundtrack to Great Pretender a lot.
Me too.
It's nice.
Oh my gosh, like the theme, and then Freddie Mercury's cover, like, and my like songs, because it's just, it's so good.
Another thing to say. I have many things to say. So you know how like in Great Pretender they have like the little capsule toys? Speaking of themes, little capsule
Themes.
toys, because like Edamura kind of treats them as like little, like, lack of a better term, tarot cards. Because he'll get one and then he'll be like, it'll be like a wizard or like it would be like a soldier. He's like, what does this mean? And it always has to connect to the case.
Mm-hmm.
I think he got the soldier one during Abby's, and like I know he got like the wizard one, but he got the wizard one during the fourth one. So like each one kind of connects to the case, and
Yeah,
I thought it was really fun. Um,
that's so good.
but yeah, the other thing I want to talk about though, as I usually do, because I'm predictable,
Of
right?
course.
The art.
Yes, I wanted to get into that. Yes, Shay.
Yeah, I know what the people want.
Oh my
Can we talk
god.
about the art of the OP for just a second?
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, go.
The art of the OP is like so it's like it's reminiscent of this time in the 50s. I forgot what they were called, but they were like openers for like television in the 50s, and it was corresponded with
I mean
jazz
like
as
a
well.
title sequence.
Not like a title sequence. It was called something else. There was something that corresponded with jazz that played on TV that had that exact same like style as it went through, and I feel like they picked that up and put that into the theme and worked it so well. It's like something significant to history with like the boom and jazz. I forgot the name of it. Anyways, it's the animation really corresponds with it. It's this really reminiscent thing that if you were a big fan of that era, you'll see the artistic style of it. Even though the show does it like way more grander than it used to be. Like it used to be just just a little thing in that, but the show does it like way bigger because the proportions and stakes are kind of high throughout each case. And they show each case from the first season within the opening.
I never really noticed that until like I watched the opening the last time, because everyone's gonna kill me. I skipped through the opening each
All
time.
right.
Wow.
Except for the first time and the last time. I have my reasonings. It's literally just because like I like the theme song, but I didn't want to listen to it like all the time, because like binge watching it both times I've seen it, and so I was like, okay, I'll be fine. So I'm sorry to everyone. I'm
It's
canceled
fine.
again, so it's cool.
You're canceled for me
But
though, but it's fine.
Whoa.
yeah, but you've been canceled for me too. So like, I'm glad we've
Damn.
been at least cordial.
Dang. Okay.
But like, I don't know, like, The Great Pretender is one of the prettiest animes I've ever seen, but not like pretty in like the sense of like, oh, it's like very delicate. It's like, but it's like something that like in my mind, it made a lot of sense when I watched it. I don't know if this makes sense. Okay, one, the character designs are really good. I love all the character
Yes.
designs. Like I think it really captures each character very well. Like Edamura is like, like basic anime boy type, but like it makes sense because that's the whole thing. He's like, I'm ordinary. I'm not different. I'm normal. And you're like, no, you're not.
Mm-mm.
Like, be quiet. But the thing that stands out the most in the show is honestly the backgrounds, because the backgrounds are very
Yes.
unique. The best way to describe them, they're kind of like stained glass windows.
I see that
Yeah.
actually. Like very vibrant ones.
Yes, like saturation up to 11. And like the way they break down each form, it's like very like angular, and it's very nice. And I think even like the color palette as they adjusted for each location is really good too. So like for example, LA is LA, and then Singapore, they're very bright, and then once you get to London, it's very gray because London is very gray. It's very boring. It looks like
Huh.
oatmeal, right? But like the show does a good job of still making it look very interesting, even with like this drabber color palette, and like it still feels vibrant.
Yeah.
And I really, it's rare when I talk about like the backgrounds of a show for so long, but with Great Pretender, they're so unique.
So amazing.
Like you have to talk about them.
Yeah.
Um, the animation's gorgeous too, just in general. Um, I just love the backgrounds a lot. I think I need them to release an artist book because I really want to know like their process into
Yeah.
making the backgrounds the way they
I
did.
would buy one.
Um,
Seriously.
yeah, no, there's so many art of books I would buy for anime. So the thing is, like, they're so inaccessible. Like in America, they're so expensive.
Mm,
Like art of books are like already expensive,
right.
and so they're automatically like a luxury. But like when it's an anime, you're talking about like imports, and even then, it's like depending on how big it is in the West, that also determines its price. And like there's so much with that. So I mean, I'm sorry, I'm about to get into a discussion about like accessibility and like art. It's like it sucks that like art has to be so inaccessible most of the time. Like all forms, which is really annoying, but like
Yeah.
One of the
that's a discussion for another
I
day.
just wanted to say one of the artists worked on Neon Genesis and Evangelion.
That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense.
Oh wow.
um I haven't seen that anime either.
He mostly worked on the manga and some of the show, but yeah, and the other guy who directs it also has directed for Hunter x Hunter. I don't know if you guys watch that show.
It's on my to watch list. I feel like I'm making everyone like who's listening angry right now
Honestly, I haven't
because
seen those
like
animes either, and they're on my list, so.
Oh yeah, but the really talented artists worked on The Great Pretender. Really talented director. Really talented people.
Of course. Only the best for the best.
but I need to touch upon like this very important detail again. I'm sorry, I'm like very all over the place. I've been running in and out. In the dub, because I watched it in the dub only, the dub is really
It
good
really is.
with this one particular thing. So,
I've only seen it in sub.
okay, you need to watch the dub
You really
because
do.
so basically when you watch the first episode, it starts off like the sub.
Yeah.
And so like it's kind of confusing at first, but then once they get in the car, right, and they have like that little flash up that says like everything will be translated into English now, they start doing the English dub.
Yeah.
And I think that's so well done because I have a thing.
They did the same thing for the sub.
Yeah, like I know I
They're like, everything will be translated in Chinese after. I mean,
Japanese.
Yeah.
Japanese.
it's like and I love that detail too because like I watch a lot of animes where like people are from different countries, right? And so a lot of the time, like these things, like they try hard to like not break your immersion, but it's very noticeable because either it's like everyone has an accent or everyone doesn't, or only select people do. Like the Year and Ice dub, um, I can't watch the Year and Ice dub is what I'm saying, just because like it's so weird because it's multiple characters from different places, but like some of the characters have accents and some of them have like American or Canadian accents, and it's very jarring. Um, versus like when I watch like when I watch sub for Eerie and Ice, like it's less jarring because they're not trying to do accents, but also like the way they indicate that they might be speaking a different language is that like if Victor and Yuri are talking to each other, because Victor's from Russia and Yuri's from Japan, they'll add in more English to specify that they're talking in English. And then like if it's like the Russian people, they'll put in more like Russian words, which I think is a little more effective. But then again, I'm reading the subtitles, so I don't know what it's like for like a Japanese speaker listening to it with no subtitles. I don't know. It's like a weird like pet peeve thing because like sometimes animes have to work like when dubbing you have to work around a lot of like language barrier like if it's like specifically like a language joke there's a lot of working around. I just thought that Great Pretender for the English dub did a good job of like doing that.
I'm pretty sure the reason they did a good job was because they were working with Netflix.
Yeah.
Mm.
And Netflix can get their Japanese and their American workers to get through with each other. They did the same thing for Castlevania, but only through animation, not through anything else like the languages and stuff.
Like it's such a because like I don't know. I think that problem. So like with the having characters from different countries thing is so specific too. Because like I know a lot of things that don't like a lot of animes that don't do that either. I don't know because like usually there's like usually one foreign character and everyone else is like from the same place. It helped with the immersion is what I'm saying. This is this whole tangent. That's all I was saying.
I hear what you're saying, and like that shift from just like going to the English dub, it was really interesting how they did it, because at least they weren't like going to try so hard with the accents. And even then, like the acting is really good. Just in terms of like how they showed like each character's like emotional like things. I don't know where I was going with this. Just like the acting was really good, and their performances really like deliver their lines, and it really helped me like understand each character more versus the sub. I don't know why. But yeah. And then with Thomas, like they made him British, obviously. And his accent was mwah, but that's it. That's all I gotta say about that.
Yeah, I know for Laurent.
Damn, are you sipping on Thomas?
Maybe I am.
Are we talking about simping? Look,
I have my simp card.
I will detail a list and I'll send it to you guys. But like, it's I think the only one. No, Laurent was weird because he had like that pseudo like British accent, even though it was French. And I think that was the one I was like, I understand.
Yeah.
It didn't bother me. I was just like, oh, I understand it, whatever. I don't know, like, I think the only time they really did, like, I guess, non-European accents, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's only in case 4, and even then I was like, this is okay. I guess, like...
I didn't listen to the dub for the second season.
It's still fine.
Yeah.
Like the mafia lady has an accent. I think her accent, I don't remember. It's been weeks, and I didn't really write about it. And then I know that, like, the guy, like, the other guy who was, like, in cahoots with her also had an accent. Mm-hmm. And then also I think everyone in that case who hasn't been previously established had, like, some kind of accent, or, like, they'll speak in, like, their respective languages.
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure, at least for Makoto, they casted a Japanese actor for the English dub. But I'm not sure if they like did like the same type of like identity casting for like the other characters. But yeah, I don't know.
I think Abby did actually. I think for Abby they did.
Let's go.
But I don't know about everyone else, because I didn't really look into voice actors.
Yeah, same.
But
yeah.
It's dope when, it's really dope when animation does that.
Yeah.
Check out our episode from last season about voice acting and representation.
Yes, check it out. It's really good. It's a fun time.
Yeah.
Yeah, check it out. Check it out, you guys.
So yeah, does anyone have any final thoughts on Great Pretender?
Yeah, Great Pretender good.
Here's what I have to say. Jazz good, Great Pretender good. Jazz equal Great Pretender.
Exactly. The Great Pretender on Netflix. Go check it out. It's so good. It's such a masterpiece. Please watch it if you haven't already. I don't know why you haven't watched it and then listen to this episode. But yeah, thank you, Chaz, for joining us today.
Again. We're sorry that we locked you in the basement.
Yeah, so sorry.
It's okay. I'm used to it. Kevin always throws me down.
No, not Kevin.
Kevin?
Nah.
Kevin.
Shout out to Kevin.
Watch our last episode.
No, don't shout him out. Why'd you shout him out? He locked me.
Oh, you're right. I'm gonna reverse that shout out.
But you guys also locked me here, so I don't know why I'm on this podcast.
Because we
bring
love
you out whenever we need you.
Oh. That too. All right, everybody. Let us know in the comments below about your thoughts about Great Pretender.
Yeah, my thoughts are that it's good.
Me too.
Me
Oh,
like.
no way. Okay. Thank you all for listening to the 1224 podcast. I'm Kate.
I'm Kevin.
I'm Donkey Kong.
And we'll see you all later. Bye.
Bye-bye.